Yesterday, ballot measure 1 in North Carolina was supported 61 to 39%. It is, as you say, a constitutional amendment. It doubles down because you have to remember gay marriage was already illegal in the state of North Carolina. Not only that, it went on to further put restrictions in on heterosexual unions that were not officially recognized as marriages. So this was a very regressive ballot measure. And whether or not Barack Obama went to bed last night and said, if this doesn't pass, then if this passes, then I'm gonna get up tomorrow and say my support, or whether it was a convenient way for a president to do that, it doesn't matter. The president of the United States came out and said that today. Probably the first sitting president, yes, definitely the first sitting president ever to say that. I think a lot has been overblown about the political ramifications of his coming out and saying this.
Well, I mean, I hope you're right. I mean, if you're right, then that means that this statement won't galvanize a right-wing base. They feel fueled up. I'm sure that they won in North Carolina. And the question is, does this statement more energize Obama's base and get people riled up to say, yes, our president is standing up for what's right, for protecting the rights of all American citizens and providing equal access to all of our institutions? Or is he going to hedge his bets so that he doesn't fire up, the right wing? So that's really the question. Who's going to be mostly inspired by this? So I hope his words are very inspirational.
What if I were to say that I don't think anybody's going to be inspired by this? What if I think that it will have a zero or a close to zero calculus?
I think you live in LA. That's what I would say.
But what I'm saying is, and I understand what you're saying, but I don't think that I look at it through the glasses of somebody who lives in a society where there are very, very equal rights for gays, especially in California. I'm saying that the people that were not going to vote for Barack Obama because of his support of gay rights are still not going to vote for him. There was no ambiguity here. You knew where the president lay. If gay rights is your issue, you are not supporting Barack Obama. You weren't going to support him yesterday. You're not going to support him tomorrow. If gay rights is your issue, then you would vote against the other side. Yeah, but
I think, to me, there's the indirect effect. You're speaking to the direct effect. Who am I voting for? Check, Barack Obama. Who am I voting for? No, I'm not voting for Barack Obama because of gay rights. But when you there's a whole set of independents, swing voters, people who are in the middle, because Romney is the kind of candidate that people haven't been able to get galvanized around. And for the more sort of soft, socially liberal Republicans, Romney is not all that exciting, and he's a little bit concerning. So the question is, will the far right be emboldened by what appears to be direct presidential leadership to give gay Americans equal standing in the eyes of apparently both God and the country? And that can be incredibly inflammatory. On the other hand, it might not be. I said, I hope you're right.
No.
I hope you're right.
But the flames are already there. So
yes, but there's nothing like, evolving. It's a Darwin moment, right? I mean, he was evolving.
He was evolving until he evolved.
Right. So now there's something to hold on to. There's something to hang your hat on. But again, maybe it needs to be a showdown. Maybe it is a high noon situation where it can't be that you dodge these bullets. It's not only the ethical thing to do. I mean, I respect the position. I'd like to hear it on a lot of other things too. And I think this is the time to get much more aggressively clear, because this is the right side of the law. It's the right side of the arc of justice, as King would say. And there's no question that it has to happen. And it's a tragedy that it's happening in a sense this way under these very politicized, almost fanatical circumstances.
Yeah, and that's the part that's very important to cover, is the fanatical circumstances here, because you look at the breakdown of that election, 61-39 on the ballot amendment, on the constitutional amendment, and there is going to be another one in Minnesota this year. The idea, though, is that when you look at the people that came out and voted, they were very partisan. They were an older, so far, that's what they're saying, is an older group of Americans. There was a huge age divide on this issue in the country. I just think that I think that the people that the White House was afraid of, the Obama-Biden campaign was afraid of, and actually coming out to say, to put it in those terms, and saying that you support gay marriage, I think that is a small swath of nonpartisan independent voters. And I think, you know, most of the independent voters in this country, as polled, have some sense of partisanship. They're just not wildly partisan.
Right.
So you're talking about 10% of the independent voters. And I just think that you're dancing too much of a dance if you're the president to try and avoid interacting with that group of independent voters.
Well, I think a declarative statement has risks, but I think it also has benefits.
Yeah.
Because it
especially
inspires
when you see
people.
that we're not talking about something that's terribly unpopular now either.
No, it's pretty much 50-50.
It's pretty much an even split right now. And because of that, I think that also gives him the ability with a great deal more confidence than if it were 4 years ago or 8 years ago to come out and do this.